We're at 499 Timber Ridge Drive in Edgewood, Kentucky. Doing a sanitary lateral inspection for the purchase of a home. We're going through a PVC clean out. There's a stack in the rear right of the house if you're facing the house. It is about a inch and a half opening. It drops down into a 3-inch, well, it's a 4-inch, I believe, at this point. But then should be PVC all the way out, I believe. I don't know the exact age of the house, but based off of what I'm seeing, everything is PVC, which is usually a good sign. We're just looking for any structural issues, root intrusion, anything that may be of concern to the buyer. As you can see, there's the clean out. It's right above the washer and dryer here, and these steps are right there. So well, hopefully we can get in here and get to the bottom. We'll get a little bit of water on here and rinse that camera back off. Did have the washer on, so there should be some water in there. There we go. Okay, this is actually cast iron under the floor. So, assuming the stack may have been replaced then. I mean, it does look wide open. You'll see a little bit of buildup. Sometimes with the cast iron, it'll wear away a flow line, like you see here in the bottom of the pipe, and so it kind of looks like a, kind of like a river valley. Basically, it washes away a certain spot, and then you'll have buildup on either side. Some of this could be kind of look like grease, which could be from the washer and dryer. When you put the fabric softener, it has a lot of grease in it, and it tends to build up. I mean, it looks open, just has wear marks where the line is going. I'm going to try to go as far as possible. If you hear that noise in the background, we do have the washing machine running. This is there's a home inspection going on, and they're testing the washer and dryer since it is staying with the house, I believe. So you should be able to see when it dumps. Hopefully we'll be able to see where it goes, or how it flows, basically. Right now it looks like it may have already dumped, actually. Okay, we do have some roots here, and I will be able to locate that. We're about 70 feet, and that's based off the rotation of the drum here, so that's give or take like 10 feet because of how much of the camera has to come out of the drum, and it's measuring distance as the drum rotates, because I am going in through a clean out that's about eye level with me, so But I'm going to go past this for now. It is roots. It will have to be cleaned. I don't see any major damage, but I'll have to check to see where that is. It doesn't look like it's in the flow line yet, meaning they probably didn't know anything about it. This most likely wouldn't have caused a backup yet, but it could in the future if the roots continue to grow. So I'm going to go past this for now, and I will locate that on the way back. And that way we can mark exactly where that is. Oh, and I think we're in the main. We are 82 feet out. We're looking into, looks like we're looking into another pipe here. Yep. So as you can see, the pipe that I'm in, and it's opening into a larger clay pipe, which would be the sanitary main. So we've made it all the way to the main. The line looked great structurally. You did have the one spot with the roots, about 70 to 72 feet there, and we will mark that. Like I mentioned, I will go outside and locate exactly where that is and mark it. That was the only spot. Everything else looked good. I would like to see some water flowing through the line, so we'll probably go into the bathroom upstairs and run it, and then we should be able to get it past the spot where where this clean out comes in. So I'm going to try to pull back now. That black stuff is normal. It's kind of a rust from the cast iron pipe. Okay, and there we are. Alright, I'm going to pause the video here just so there's not a bunch of dead air space of me, because this could take, 5 minutes or more to go upstairs, locate it, and mark it and everything. So we're going to pause the video while we're locating it. Okay, so that is marked. It's right out to the front corner. It looks like the line comes out the front of the house if you're facing it, and then angles to the right, and there's a sanitary main that runs through the side yard on the right side of the house, off of Timber Ridge. So it's not far off the house. Meaning the main is not far off the house, so you don't really have a whole lot of pipe. Most of this pipe is inside. Don't have a whole lot of exterior piping. And it looks like the tree that is causing this is actually in the neighbor's yard. So, we should turn the transmitter back off there. There we go. But I am running some water just to kind of see what the flow looks like here as we pull back. Again, that's not an enormous amount of roots. I mean, it is pretty common to have some roots, cast iron. It's hard to tell if this is at a joint, but it's something you do want to keep up on here. You could use a chemical once a year. This, I would, either start with a chemical here. I would recommend, just so you know about it, have it cleaned, just to make sure that those, you can get rid of those roots. To begin with, and then you have an option to maintenance it, or you could refer, I could refer this to a plumber, and they could give their evaluation of what they would think should be done here. I mean, I would probably just, you know, maintenance it. But there are always other options if you don't feel like dealing with the maintenance of it year after year. That you know, you can obviously have it replaced or have it possibly have it lined, but that would be, you know, something that you'd probably want to ask a licensed plumber. But as of right now, it's not in the flow line, but it is something that you know, could cause a backup in the future. So I would recommend treating that bit of roots there. Again, it is marked on the side in green paint, and there will be a flag to show exactly where that spot is. Not sure what that is right there. It looked like toilet paper there. I just kind of shoved it down, pushed it down the pipe a little bit. But I don't see any large, you know, I don't see any kind of debris or anything building up in the line, which is a good, you know, it's a good sign that they haven't had any backups recently, and that, you know, the solids aren't building up in the line at any point. Again, it's a good sign. The house is being lived in, so now the camera lens is only about a half an inch off the bottom of the pipe, so that's another indication that the water level is staying nice and low. It doesn't take much, as you can see right there. It doesn't take much to get water on the lens, which is real easy when you're actually just running water in a normal pipe. So the fact that the water level is staying low too, that's another good indication. Don't really have, you know, any bellies or build up, and the reason why that happened is I'm actually hanging vertical now in these stacks, so I'm already all the way back. It's just dripping off the end of the camera, so you can't see anything because there's water on the end of it. So as you can see, we are out back out of the pipe, made it all the way to the main. And didn't really see any structural issues. The only concern is that little bit of roots, and in that case, obviously, that means the roots got in somehow. They're little finger roots, so it's hard to really tell with those roots in the way whether that is just at a seam and it's something that you know, it got in at a pipe connection. It's hard to tell with cast iron just because it gets that layer of rust on the inside, so it's really hard to tell, you know, or if there's a larger hole there. I didn't see any indication of that, but with any cast iron line, you always have the possibility of it rusting through from the outside and the inside. That's just the nature of the beast of the material, because once when you have it outside, obviously, and it's in the ground, you have water on the inside and obviously the moisture in the ground on the outside. You don't see it very often where it just rusts through, unless it's extremely old. And I didn't see any indication of that. Like I said, the only spot that I saw that you may want to reference to a licensed plumber would be the spot with the roots, just to kind of check and make sure that you know, it's on their opinion, you know, how much of it is that actually serious and how much time you would have. But like I said, it's a tiny bit of roots. It's not stopping the line now, but it should be taken care of just to prevent it from, once those roots grow out a little bit more. You don't want them getting big anyway, because that's when they can break the pipe. When they start getting larger, you know, when the roots become larger. And then if you burn them back now, cut them off, burn them with some chemicals every now and then, it should keep them at bay. But again, that was the only spot I found. Everything else looked great. Water flowed perfectly. No indications of any recent backups or anything. So that's going to end the inspection at 499 Timber Ridge Drive in Edgewood, Kentucky.